What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. We all know about our boy Keith Freeman, who's just went down for financial bankruptcy fraud. He's getting paid one amount and then lying about what he's supposed to be getting. Just typical frauds and stuff. And if he'll lie about this, then we know that he will also lie about what's going on in the village, which we already know that's what he's doing. He's a loser, okay? But not only is that the case, according to other people that are close to this subject, Tiffany Henyard has not been to work in a week. She's not even going into the office, okay? That is what I've also been hearing. But somebody else has been away from these trustee meetings. That is Mr. Andrew Holmes. Now, he had an opportunity after the charges came out to address them publicly. He did not. Fox 32 Chicago called him, and he had this to say.
We spoke briefly to Holmes this afternoon by phone, who said he had no response at this time. Not to these allegations. I'm not bothered by it. Las Vegas police have reportedly opened an investigation into the accusations against Holmes. On Monday, the four Dolton trustees, in opposition to Henyard, hired former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to conduct an investigation into allegations of corruption in Dolton, including what happened on that trip to Las Vegas.
He's not worried about it. He's not bothered by it. But he's a paid trustee for the City of Dolton. So why can't he come to the meetings? Why can't he come to the meetings? Let's check out this clip from this lady addressing that.
Good evening, all. I would like to ask the trustees, thank you, number one, and for that last one in regards to the Las Vegas incident. I know you're going to ask for an investigation. I'm hoping that means the administration will have nothing to do with it. But I would like to ask you, if it's possible, if you can ask while this is ongoing, that Trustee Holmes is suspended from his trustee duties pending investigation. And that's as in any, Valerie can speak to that, any law enforcement organization. If a law enforcement officer is accused of something as egregious as this, they are suspended either with or without pay pending the investigation. And I do not, and I hope the rest of you agree with me, do not want him sitting there representing me or my village. Thank you.
So Mr. Holmes will not come to the meetings. He's afraid, okay? He doesn't want to face the music. But something happened in the city of Chicago the other day. Mr. Jedediah Brown talked about it. And unfortunately, someone lost their life. So if you don't know that Andrew Holmes is somewhat of a community activist. All right, guys, if you guys didn't know that. He's the kind of guy, when something happens, he shows up. You know, he's kind of like the person that gets all in the videos. You know, he's the person that cries with families. He's the person that says, you know, stop the violence. I mean, he even turned his own brother in. That's right. That's him turning his own brother in. He's a great guy. His own brother was stealing. He turned his own brother in. That's a great guy, in my honest opinion. However, I just have an issue with Mr. Holmes, because while he refuses to come to the Dolton meetings, what do we find him doing? What do we find him doing? Well, here is something that I want to let Jedediah Brown talk about.
New this hour 18, he's helped in solving murders and cold cases. Now this well-known Chicago community activist helps police catch his own brother, accused of a crime hitting so many of us in the city. CBS 2's Stephen Graves talked to him about why he led police to a member of his own family.
Andrew Holmes believes wrong is wrong, even if it means holding a family member accountable.
No, we're close, not bitter. When you got the proof right here, and I'm looking at you, and I'm watching you.
Holmes is referring to this doorbell video he says shows his brother, Eric Holmes, stealing packages. You see him walk up to and then sit on a porch, later walking away, bag in hand.
These are people's personal properties. They paid for these items to come.
Holmes says Auburn Gresham neighbors recognized his brother. Call after call from other people saying his sibling did the same thing to them.
Nah, so yeah, I gotta put a stop to him.
And he did.
You know they looking for you. Who? Police.
Yeah.
Calling Chicago police detectives to come pick him up last month, Holmes' normal work of helping find murder suspects and consoling grieving families put on pause for his own family business.
You know, just because you're my brother don't make you right that you have to commit a crime and you have to get away.
That's what I'm talking about. So you can show up to these advocacy things in Chicago where he feels he's safe. That's the reality of it. Andrew Holmes feels safe in Chicago, that nobody will touch him in Chicago, right? This is the reason why he's there. Nobody will touch me in Chicago, so I can continue my advocacy. And the young man, Jedediah Brown, talked about all of the organizations that he's a part of. Well, why doesn't he feel comfortable in Dolton? Because he ran for mayor. He ran for mayor. In fact, him and Tiffany Henyard didn't like each other. And I found that out based on Pink Book Lesson. Shout out to her. So you guys didn't even like each other. But now your guys are best friends. Y'all like peanut butter and jelly. So how you coming up to these people, giving advocacy to people who are dying, and that's great that you're doing that. But you don't want to answer to the people of Dolton, in which you took their money to go to Las Vegas. You took their money to go to all these trips. You took their tax money to do that. But you don't want to answer to the charges against you when they're paying you? Why are you quiet now? Because in this clip, when you was running for the mayor, this is what you said.
Not too long ago, there was a action of some sort, some kind of a gathering for a child who was killed in Chicago in the back of the Yards neighborhood. She was killed in the back of the Yards neighborhood. She was shot in the head. Jesus Christ. A little 9-year-old girl was shot in the head in the back of the Yards. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm being told that it was like on 53rd and Damon maybe. And my heart bleeds and my heart breaks for everybody that is involved. But I heard that Andrew Holmes was just at this gathering. And I cannot get there because if I would have gotten there and I would have loved to hear what he would have had to say. But I'm saying, what kind of man accused so publicly with the kind of crime he is accused of had such a need to go out there at this time and to be involved in that at all? If I was under the level of question that Andrew Holmes is under, I would not be anywhere unless I spoke to and addressed the public, who I would want to depend on me. Did this y'all, this is not, okay, hold on. This not cussing thing is hard for me right now till I get some deliverance. But you mean to tell me that he gonna do what? He gonna go out there and do what exactly? He's gonna call for accountability in the shooting? Like for real? What need does he have to be out there? Calm down. What need did he have to be out there? Now, granted, he's a grown man. He has not been charged yet. He has not been charged with a crime. And he has the presumption, just like the rest of us, of innocence until proven guilty. But I'm not saying that this as an indictment for the allegations. I'm saying this because of how he's handled it. I've already spoke about the particulars of what I mean by that. That's not what he does. OG Reese, and I get what you're saying. But Andrew Holmes works for CTA. That's what he does. He's a trustee for Dolton. That's what he does. He works for the Chicago Fire Department as a running boy. That's what he does. He worked, no longer does now, worked, but maybe he's at arm's length with Chicago Survivor. But he is not active. He works for his own foundation. That's what he does. He, as an advocate, that is not an official job title that he has as it relates to going to crime scenes, from what I understand. And in those capacities, he also has colleagues. Why create injury for an organization?
But now you're not saying that no more. Now, so you can spend their tax money even though you're not from there. And you don't owe them nothing, but you can go back to the shy. That's weak. If she lied, come out and tell her, hey, she lying on me. Okay. Look, I shouldn't have been there with y'all money in the first place. You know, I shouldn't have been there. It was wrong. And I clapped them up. It was consensual. Here go the text message to show it's consensual. They lying on me. What you gonna do? You're not saying that. You're not saying that, bro. You're saying something different. Okay? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Pretty sure for all you do, scratch the bell. We're out.